Mahila, we'll try to make a quick one, okay? Got this going on. Uh, so it should all be good symbolism. Remember that blanket or the change of raiment that was shown when I went to Michigan one summer. It was like 2016. They showed that change of raiment because my brother actually helped me make the bed in Michigan. Literally, like you know, because when we get there, like all my grandma has all the bedspread like on the desk or whatever. So um, or next to the bed or on top of the bed, folded. But so he helped me do that, and then it kind of showed that like Grox would show it on the map, of course, because he has to. The like it's the guy with the blanket like stretched out, his arms stretched out in a cross, holding the blanket, and it represents like Jesus's face and stuff, and his head wound of Venezuela underneath, and like all of the Caribbean is like this big blanket, and like it shows like the covering cherub and also that Samson stuff when he gives the change of raiment after after he killed all the villains, So it's kind of like that, and which it's all symbolism, but and then Puerto Rico when they lost power, then they were like Puerto Rico needs to be powered up. Um, so so we have all this, which there's probably some sinister agenda to powering up Puerto Rico. Like for the Freemasons, they want it powered up for something sinister, but of course, we don't want those people to suffer. Um, but Chris Fugman is actually a coach at Highbridge who would practice at Tate's Creek Pool where I swam with bluegrass. So kind of like Fug with an H. 88, 68. 68 is perfect knee, which was represented by Dustin Neil Diamond death related to my deal on February 2nd, 2020, the start of it. AEO that. Um, let's see. I mean, if you're looking for to get all the writings, Ben V, I mean, I did create that will, and I thought, if something goes down, maybe at last minute I could leave the door open or something. I don't know. But we'll just see how it goes. If you wanna get the writings, the original copies, but there's really no point. I've only missed like a few, and I'm not gonna sit there and try to find them all. I mean, I can't remember half the time which I've made the videos on. I kind of remember, but it's probably like 71% accuracy with that. With remembering which ones I made and which ones I didn't. Um, there is that Chucky symbolism that Bush has. Bush, my friend, not Bush the president, but Bush, my friend, has that Chucky symbolism where he gets the power of it. He gets the power of it, and Chucky is all about calling the girl stupid and all this stuff. He gets the power of that, which means like he overcame it. Like he didn't trick the girl, like he helped her. That's being hopeful about it. And I think that will happen, but no one has to go anywhere or do anything. And then Bush, the president, we show as related to the Merovingians and Mary Magdalene and like the true bloodline of Christ. And really, it's like you have the front man who does things based off his heart. Like he's doing things like he's an animated lion character. Like he's like living like that. Like my I gotta stand up for my father. Like and go against Iraq. I gotta take out Saddam. Like he's doing stuff like that. Whereas the Freemasons are all calculated. Like how can I trick the woman to get more time? how can I do this to get more time? Like how can I like get out of being in chains in the pit with Satan? Like how can I maneuver my way through to get us more time and order out of chaos? And like it'll be like Roman times where we'll deliver up the Christians and that'll be the end result. Like we'll put everybody in FEMA and we'll be running the shit, you know. That's the Freemason goal. And they're like the gladiators, you know. Like they're like the Mandingos kinda. But it's nothing racist, it's just how they show them. And like Tarantino knows all this and he tries to change the story because that's part of his deal, like his writings. Like he switches up the timelines. All right, so um, basically the starseed stuff. It just means there's this big starseed movement online, which is called Naughty Beaver and stuff. The username Naughty Beaver on YouTube's, who used to create a lot of videos showing how starseeds like they're kind of like that Star TV show with Mark and Star, where it's like they are on the Instagram and Facebook and all that, like they're like 1, 2, 3 go Chinese, which is in my playlist on my old channels. Some of those videos, like um their body, like they keep squeaky, and like they're helped out by the celebrity, some of them, and they have kind of a relationship, like they do both, and they're kind of famous but kind of not, and like they're like that. And like Naughty Beaver would go over like, yeah, the star seeds right now, like if you're feeling tired at 6 p.m. at night, like it's okay, it's normal. Like we all are, you know? And like if you can't find a job, like this is why. Like he would kind of like break it down to where like it would make sense. And he had these Pleiadian messages, which were like supposed messages from the aliens. I wasn't real into those, but like some of them, there would be a few verses of it that would make sense, and I'd be like, yeah, that clicks, you know. And so there's that whole side of it, and that's kind of based out of Canada a little bit, like the can for Twister film, like you can't really drink water if you're a star seed, like, and it means that like you have an alien seed in you or something that's like very pure. It's like very pure spirit, and they try to go after them, like in the 1984 book, where the girl and the guy both get tortured and they sell each other out to make it through, and it ends up being like the end of the Watchmen comic book series, or the end of the Watchmen film, where they kill Rorschach, who never like took a knee for anything, and like and then it's like order out of chaos, like they just go back to normal after this big disaster in New York City and all over the world, you know, aliens and stuff like will blend in after that, like, and it shows how like, yeah, the girl and the guy loved each other, but like they didn't make it through, like um they didn't make it through, like it's not about being a rat. It's more like they like they sold out each other's souls, kind of like they couldn't, it was like they couldn't be in strength for each other, is what it was, like they couldn't be in strength. And like some of that is like why I prefer Judges to like the story of, you know, the like Israel and stuff. Like I prefer some of the other stuff because it seems like they found ways to make it through, you know, and like their love was like from different from the system love of the Matrix. Like their love was like their body, like their body's connected, or like their passion, like they were both passionate, like they both had the same instincts, like they thought the same way. Like it's more like connections like that, instead of like they go to work every day and just like don't really love each other, like, and I'm not saying everyone's like that. Not everyone is like that, but the 1984 book kind of touches on that, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. It really does. Like, it makes you feel super uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if I have to prove something or what. Like, it just brings up all these questions. That's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily agree with all of it, but I get like kind of where they're coming from. So, so like the Star Seed deal or something, like they try to attack in the dreams at night and like attack your dreams and like come after you at night with an MIB gun, which is like the clicker, and like they do stuff to you, and like they have a girl that's related to the military presence, and she'll be like Roxanne in Good Burger, and she'll be like, how do you get your informations? Like how do you get the writings? How do you get the writings? And like you never tell her, and when you do tell her, then you knee, and then right then you either die or someone takes your place. Like your enemies in your life will take your place, and they have to show all your symbolism in their music or their videos or whatever. But like Matt the Bachelor, I think that he actually is Matt, and like he made it through. And when I say like I understand him in my Captain America film, it's because I understand that, and I understand the African American side of it too, where they were like tortured as slaves and stuff. Like, I can kind of see the whole picture of it, how they're trying to keep us down. And then like there's a part where the Native Americans and the Mexicans team up through a Canada connection to like do a harness thing, like in Deadpool, where they're showing like the sex scenes or whatever. Like the girl will wear the harness and like get the guy and from behind, and then they wipe your memory of all that, and like they make the girl do that, and like they make her, and that like changes the way that she acts and stuff. Like her whole vibe changes once that is done. And then like it's like they have arguments and stuff. Like, I know this all sounds crazy, but like they don't remember any of it, And like I feel like that's like this team that I was on, because a lot of it is a Syrian connect too. Like, because the Mexicans and the Native Americans infiltrated the Assyrian River, and which is like construction and stuff, and like fixing refrigerators, fixing AC, like all that, and like road construction and electric, and like they Jeremy Jeremy's tired of me talking. I'll get off here. But yeah, like um it's nothing to worry about. I just want to make sure you understood. But and I don't have any of it verified, but that's kind of the gist of it though. Like, that's kind of what it is. And like, see, if your love is there, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you sold them out or not. It's the love. In that 1984 stuff, they question their love. Like, it makes them doubt and stuff. And like that's not what it's about. Like, it needs to be about that love. Even with all the faults, all the falls, like being weak, being stupid, like all that. It's about like just having love with and being united with Christ as that lion. But he's a smart lion. Does that make sense? Like, he's the smart lion. Like, he knows, like, he does it automatically. He's like, yeah, I got you. And like, I'm going to raise up my son. Like, Christ is like that. He's raising us up like Simba. Like, he's raising us up. And he's the one, like Mufasa, like he's the one saying, like, you know, like like he would have had mercy on Satan if he had helped him. Like, he's like, Scar, help me.
Like he would have had mercy. And who was that? That was the Romans. That was the gladiators. They put him up. They raised him up on the cross. And the Jews betrayed him. They were too double-minded. They were too double-minded. And he's like, "Help me." And they raised him up. And he was up there, and he was even he felt forsaken by God. And then he rose again. Whether that's the earth, if that's the Moana earth or whatever, like it happened, man. It happened. It doesn't have to be done again. It happened. Thank you.